I'm proud almost of that. I don't...
Guys, that's a beautiful speech. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. I went to that comment section and I immediately commented, it is cute to write this, to say these things when you own more than 70% of the land. When you own more than 70% of the wealth. That is what I commented on that video. Because as I was scrolling, I came up with this video of our president. As you can see, they are rolling a red carpet for Cyril Ramaphosa in America. And then I went to the comments. And this is what some of the comments read. Why the red carpet? He is nothing special. And keep looking at the race of the people who are commenting. Look how clean the streets are and no potholes. Look, looting etc. First of all, that is the airport. I've never seen potholes in OR Tambo or any of South African airports. So I'm not even sure what this person is talking about. Don't waste the red carpet on him. He has caused nothing but pain to the people of South Africa. Such presidential treatment for someone that has destroyed RSA, what a joke. Red carpet for a thief. Guys, and this comment went on. And that's when I realized, guys, we are not the same. You see, but he's making money through South Africa by mocking South Africa, and then when South Africa wins or something happens, like now he has cut his eyebrows. And South Africans are supporting him, they are laughing. People have understood how to mislead South Africans. But you know what? I want to bring you guys back to a reality that you may have forgotten.
So swart is nou eerste pauzes aan niks.
Hoekom?
Want ons gaan hulle doodslaan.
Hoekom?
Hulle mag geen ons skool wees.
Hoekom?
Want ons hou nie van hulle nie. Hulle mag geen ons skool kom nie. Hulle is nie wit mense nie. Hulle praat dan swarte taal. Hoe kan ons verstaan?
Maar as hulle dan Afrikaans praat?
En dan gaan hulle ook nie. Hulle stink.
Wat is die grootste probleem?
Media earlier, President Cyril Ramaphosa says he's ready to present his case on behalf of the nation.
Our president is going to meet with the US president. And he took Johan Rupert, a renowned business person, and some of his people. The same Johan Rupert that we're talking about that now own the biggest can manufacturing factory in Nigeria. But the one thing that I will always do is remind you this.
But I'm not here to apologize. That's my point with the so-called truth and reconciliation commission. They want me to apologize. I'm not prepared to apologize.
Are you saying you never did anything wrong? That's why you won't apologize?
No, but you are always in front to do wrong things.
My question was to you.
He never apologized, guys. He never apologized. Yo, what's happening, guys? It's your boy Uncle P with another episode of Uncle P's podcast. Well, I've probably already offended people just from the heading of this video. Some people already probably started commenting before they even watched this video. Well, since we are a few seconds into the video, and some of you are still watching, allow me to say that, guys, when I make certain videos like this, it takes me time. This video, I've had it for the last 3 days. I came across a very beautiful video, and I went into the comments and I saw white South Africans, black South Africans, you know, just showing each other love. And as I kept scrolling, I came across another video, and I went into the comments and I realized that black South Africans are slow. Black South Africans are very naive. Black South Africans are becoming super pathetic. Black South Africans are ignorant. Black South Africans are living for the now. They're living for the trend. So, this is how it's gonna go. Let's start with this video before people start crucifying me in the comments.
Just maybe a little bit of where are we in the world? I think the world, I think all of us know the saying now, Hulle weet nie wat ons weet nie. And I think one of the speakers spoke about, I don't think other countries has to make the plans which we have to make on the run. I'm not talking rugby, I'm talking the guy who doesn't have food and he sees the lights is out and he puts on an orange bib and he controls it. The traffic there by the traffic light, and even the traffic officers listens to him, you know. He allowed him to run, and he's got a Gachi next to him. And as you drive by, you throw out a £5 and the Gachi picks it up, and that's how the guy makes money. And, you know, we don't have electricity always, and I see maybe in February it's coming again. Is it tonight? Okay, tonight. But I mean, we moan about it, but we get around it. And if that happens I've coached in other countries where everything works, and then sometimes when you get to the rugby field, they also expect everything just to work. And South Africans are not like that. And it makes us a very, very special country that we find a way. And I'm proud almost of that. I don't...
Guys, that's a beautiful speech. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. I went to that comment section and I immediately commented, it is cute to write this, to say these things when you own more than 70% of the land, when you own more than 70% of the wealth. That is what I commented on that video. You see, when I went into that comment section, white, black South Africans were in unity because that speech was nice. But guys, you know how nice it is to be a pastor in a church and wear a nice suit and drive a nice car and come every day and preach with oomph when your church members are giving the offerings nice. Guys, it's the same thing with these guys. And most people say, no, but Agopi, you're being racist. I'm not being racist, guys. True, honest, white people believe that the wealth must be shared. Because as I was scrolling, I came up with this video of our president. As you can see, they are rolling a red carpet for Cyril Ramaphosa in America. And then I went to the comments. And this is what some of the comments read. Why the red carpet? He is nothing special. And keep looking at the race of the people who are commenting. Look how clean the streets are and no potholes. Look, looting etc. First of all, that is an airport. I've never seen potholes in OR Tambo or any of South African airports. So I'm not even sure what this person is talking about. Don't waste the red carpet on him. He has caused nothing but pain to the people of South Africa. Such presidential treatment for someone that has destroyed RSA, what a joke. Red carpet for a thief. Guys, and this comment went on. And that's when I realized, guys, we are not the same. You see, South Africans are soft and so tender they can be easily misled, and I think a lot of people have understood that. That's why you see you've got this clown that his whole content is on first insulting South Africa. You're gonna lose, you're not gonna make it, you're not gonna do this, and people are like, he's a comedian, haha. But he's making money through South Africa by mocking South Africa, and then when South Africa wins or something happens, like now he has cut his eyebrows. And South Africans are supporting him, they're laughing. People have understood how to mislead South Africans. But you know what? I want to bring you guys back to a reality that you may have forgotten.
My pa se geld amper klaar.
Hoekom is dit so?
Chocolate seker. Die werkse stories.
Maar vertel 'n bietjie vir ons.
Hy moet die swartes betaal, partykeer dan kry hy geld, partykeer moet hy van sy eie gebruik.
Wie is die belangrikste mens in Suid-Afrika?
Ek weet Clark. Ja.
Is daar swart kinders in julle skool al?
Nee. Hulle kom 1 Augustus na skool in. Maar voor skool. In skooltyd tot eerste pouse. So swart is, na eerste pouse is daar niks.
Hoekom?
Want ons gaan hulle doodslaan.
Hoekom?
Hulle mag nie na skool wees.
Hoekom?
Want ons hou nie van hulle nie. Hulle mag nie na skool kom nie. Hulle is nie wit mense nie. Hulle praat dan swart taal, hoe kan ons verstaan?
Maar as hulle dan Afrikaans praat.
En dan gaan hulle ook nie. Hulle stink.
Wat is die grootste probleem?
Wait a minute.
Do you wash your legs in the shower?
No.
No.
I do it if I have like plans.
Maybe I need to work on that.
My legs, bro, I wash my whole body.
Yes, and yes. What kind of question is that?
You have to. So why your legs specific?
Because I find in the white English culture, people say, oh, there's no need.
They don't wash their legs?
No.
Their legs like down here?
What other legs you know, bro?
The only thing as a man that you pay special attention to is this area and the little armpits, and that's it.
So you see washing legs as like an effeminate thing?
I'm not going to go on record saying it's effeminate, but I've never seen a man take special care for their legs, you know what I'm saying?
How come they don't wash their legs?
Jason said it's not needed.
Well, that one is strange, man, because once I go shower, I got to wash from my head to my toe.
I even wash the walls to make sure.
But I'd rather say no, unless I shave.
Yeah, well, yeah, I do. Yeah, doesn't everybody?
No, a lot of white people don't.
A lot of white people don't, apparently. Wash their legs in the shower.
That's a bit mad, you know. I wash my thighs. Obviously, I do the balls, do the thighs, but sometimes I leave the shins in that, bro, and then I wash my feet. So, yeah, weird one, that.
I remember being told that I don't need to scrub my legs because the soap runs down my body. I remember being told that I didn't need to shower today because we had swam at the lake. I remember being told that shampoo is fine because it runs down, it washes everything. I don't remember being told how to clean my vajussi. I remember being not the only white girl in the army learning how to wash properly from the black girls. And they laughed a little bit too, but they stood with us and taught us with love. My mother-in-law has taught me more about myself than my actual mother did. I'm not gonna laugh at you because you don't understand the context of these messages. It is listen to black women and protect black women till I die.
Even if you speak their language, you are still not allowed in their school. This is 1994, guys. I can play this whole video and break your heart. Remember, they are forgetting that they had the upper hand. Today they call you lazy, they say you are this, you are slow. I'm even saying it on this video. But they are forgetting that they had the upper hand. They created this society and this system to benefit them and the education system that they allow themselves to benefit from. We are just trying to catch up, but we are crucified for it. South Africa, while you are trying to unite and fall in love and try to create a rainbow nation and forgetting that there's a constitution that you need to change, that I keep talking about. Princey has moved to bigger things. She's doing her own thing. This is not even about her anymore. Man, damn, Princey forgot to give me a shout out. She hasn't given me a shout out, guys. Yo, I'm heartbroken. I thought one of these interviews was a shout out to Uncle P for pushing the petition and helping out. She's bigger than us now, bro. She's bigger than us, guys. Please, we're almost to 6,000 subscribers. Please follow. Guys, this is not about hate. Please subscribe, share, like, comment, let's interact. This is not about hate. Good white people, this is not about hate. This is about showing you that if you're a good white person, you need to start talking. Because if you don't talk, the only thing that will be remembered is this.
Until we have built everything here, and they will not take it from us. If they want war, they will get war.
The problem is we've got many different cultures of the other the blacks in our country. They've got causes, they've got suitors. They can't even live with one of each other. So how can we live with them? It's impossible.
It's impossible. They've always known that they can't live with black South Africans. They've always known this. That's why the laws were put in place to protect them, so that when things went south, they can start doing the things they're doing today. Uncle P, you say you don't hate South Africans, but you just keep showing hate. You guys know who this is.
You say that you received death threats for calling out the false pretext of this refugee program, yet and still you persist. Why?
I think the reason that I'm receiving death threats from within my own community just shows how necessary this work is. We need to educate people that South Africa has a national crime crisis that affects disadvantaged communities as well as farmers. It's not just an insulated case on farms. It affects everyone.
Now, for those of you who are slightly confused, I don't want to drag the video. Peter Krill's South Africa has a national crisis that affects everyone. So for those of you guys do not know, this boy is mostly, I think, a TikToker. And he is speaking against the 49 or 59 Afrikaners that went to the USA. But he speaks a lot against what Afrikaners are doing. He speaks against Orania, against Kleinfontein. And we are now understanding that South Africa does not belong to the ANC. Guys, eventually we are going to have, we always knew this. When it was Zuma's time, it was the Guptas. Now it's still Ramaphosa's time, and the evidence have dropped. So, good white South Africans or clever blacks, unless you change the constitution, your leaders will always be white puppets, and the evidence is here.
Renowned businessman Johan Rupert and former golfers Ernie Els and Retief Goosen will join President Cyril Ramaphosa's South African delegation when he meets US counterpart Donald Trump tomorrow. It's understood that South African-born businessman Elon Musk is not going to be present at the Washington meeting.
We've been a good market for investments to a number of US companies, and over time, I mean, some of them may well have had their doubts about the trajectory that we were pursuing. But today, with my very first visit here, we are saying South Africa has embarked on a new journey. It's almost like a new life. Some of the US business were describing the path that we are on now, that this is a new chapter.
In the media earlier, President Cyril Ramaphosa says he's ready to present his case on behalf of the nation.
Our president is going to meet with the US president, and he took Johan Rupert, a renowned business person, and some of his people. The same Johan Rupert that we're talking about that now own the biggest can manufacturing factory in Nigeria. Guys, can you see who owns South Africa? We've always known this. We've always known this. So, this is why I keep saying you cannot allow people that are captured to keep leading. This is why it was easy for them to create a GNU with the enemies. That's why it was easy for them to join the enemy. Because they are captured. Now you've got your answer. You have an opportunity to change the constitution. You have the opportunity to vote smart on the next election. People always ask me, Uncle B, who should we vote for? Who should we vote for? I will never come here without proper research of every single party's policies and beliefs and tell you who to vote for. And I've not done that research yet. And because of that, I will never come here and tell you which party to vote for. But the one thing that I will always do is remind you this.
But I'm not here to apologize. That's my point with the so-called truth and reconciliation commission. They want me to apologize. I'm not prepared to apologize.
Are you saying you never did anything wrong? That's why you won't apologize?
No, but you are always in front to do wrong things.
My question was to you.
He never apologized, guys. He never apologized. You're going to tell me, but before he died, when he was supposed to apologize, he never apologized. When you forgave and created unity and wanted to live together, they never apologized. You lived with them for 30 years while they still own majority of the land, majority of the wealth. And today, you ask for equality. And you get distracted because South Africa keeps winning. Guys, I wanted to make a video about all the victories that South Africa has been winning recently. But I couldn't make that video because what are we celebrating? What celebration is there? You are being distracted because they know how soft you are. Now you fight with Nigerians. It's about who's winning more trophies, who is doing more this community. And you have forgotten that there's a petition, the law needs to be changed. Like, I don't even know what to say anymore, guys. Our focus is not where it needs to be. Our focus is not where it needs to be. They never apologized. That's why you see they can put this stance they're putting with America. Like I said, not every single white person is bad one. The good ones need to stand up and speak. They also need to come and sign this petition. They also need to push this message. But otherwise, your silence puts you in the same boat like every other person. I'm your boy Uncle P, and I shall see you guys in the next one. Cheers.
I know that gentleman. He's one of the gentlemen I don't like.
You're going to apologise for all the people who died in jail, who died in Lesotho, and who died in neighbouring countries?
No, I'm praying for them.